But so you're the one that told me to watch Severance,
Yes.
correct? Okay. I literally tell everyone that I know to watch that now. Like anytime we're talking TV shows, they're like, "Oh, we watch Yellowstone." I'm like, "Ah, cool." Severance though. I got one of my best friends to just blow through Severance in like a weekend recently because I was like, you're going to start watching, you're like, I don't even know. What does this mean? Like, this is kind of weird. And then all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh my God, what's happening? And then at the end, you're going to be like, oh my God. And it's amazing. And she was like, that's exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know. Thank you, Alan. You're
Yeah.
spreading Severance across the world.
Although that would be such an interesting thing, though. The whole concept of being like unplugged while you're at work from your like personal life, just being, you don't know what you're doing at work, which is like a stress reliever, maybe. I think.
Yes.
That just that concept of like, I did work already, so.
Yeah, I feel like people who are like completely able to actually just do that, like Jared he'll be done with work and he's just boom, done with work. Doesn't matter. Like he doesn't think about it. It's severed for him. Like that's old him. That's work him. And I can't stop. Like I am working nonstop this week and then I have a day off, and I know that on that day off, all I'm going to be thinking about is work because so I feel like that would be really nice to be able to do that. Like you're at work and you're just like, other things don't matter because I'm zoned in and I'm focused. Like takes the ADHD out of it. Like you're just doing your thing.
Yeah.
And then when you're done, you don't have to stress about it. But at the same time,
so I wonder, you would still have like the chemical reaction of like the emotions of the day or something maybe, but your brain just switches off. I don't know how that would work exactly, or you know, just the idea of that. I don't know. Or you're physically tired if you have like a grueling job or something.
Oh yeah.
So,
like what if at the end of the day you're just exhausted and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a second.
What'd I do?
What's happening? I just woke up. Like, how am I tired? Why am I tired? What happened?
At work,
that could be creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, especially after watching the show now, I'm like, okay, but they could do some really weird stuff, and so you don't want to do that. But then part of me is like, but it'd be really nice to not have to think about any of this by the moment that you're just like, click, done.
Did you ever see that Adam Sandler movie, Click? It was similar.
That sounds familiar.
He had like a remote control where he could fast forward through parts, but he misses things. So it was like he didn't want to go through certain parts of his life, so he just moved ahead on it, and yeah.
So it was like a joke at first, like, I don't care about this conversation.
Yeah,
I'm getting lectured.
I don't like shopping at, I think it was at Bed Bath & Beyond he was in or something. So it's just like, that's where he found it, in the Beyond section.
Yeah.
This remote.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I forgot about that movie. Man, I love Adam Sandler movies.
Just reminded me of like, you'll miss parts of your life though.
Right.
So
yeah, I feel like having like a partial severed situation where like you're able to just like emotionally disconnect from like real you and work you, so that you aren't thinking about those things and letting those parts of your life overlap, causing distraction and unfocus and all of that. But at the same time, you're still aware of like you are who you are, and you're like nothing about that changes, and all of your life. But I would like the ability to just like turn off at the end of the day and be like, and you don't care about work anymore. And then in the morning be like, you are officially only caring about work right now. you know? But so if someone wants to make that button, I will pay for it. I'll test it for you. Be the guinea pig, kind of. But yeah.
Well, we're heading into a new review, Rehana.
Woo. I have seen so many movies, and so many shows, and there's so many things to pick and choose from. But I mean, everyone knows that listens to this that I'm a Marvel nerd. I love Marvel. I shouldn't say like I don't know anything about the actual like comics and those stories and blah blah blah. I'm obsessed with the MCU, I think is the better way to put it. And people know that. And so I have to go with the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because it came out. I've been waiting for it forever. Um, Freaking okay. So first of all, I don't think that there's actually ever been a Marvel movie that I've been like, this was terrible. Or even where I was just like, eh. Um, so
Are
having
you sure
said
about
that,
that?
I
Are
don't
you
think
sure
so.
about
Like
that?
I loved Eternals, and I know a lot of people didn't like that. I loved Black
Yeah,
Widow.
yeah.
A lot of people didn't like that.
Mm.
Um, for some reason, people just like crap on the Captain America and Thor movies. I love
Hmm.
them. I love all of them, every single one. So you know, obviously I'm biased, and people can take my opinion for what it's worth, but I give Guardians of the Galaxy 3 4.5 stars out of 5. Uh,
Wait, what?
I
Three, 4.5 stars? What?
I give Guardians of the Galaxy
Oh,
3
three. Volume
four and
three.
a half.
Okay.
Yeah, volume 3,
It's like,
four and
how
a
many
half
stars
stars.
is this?
Three, four and a
Three to
half
four and a
stars.
half stars. Yeah.
I'm like the count. Um, but yeah, so I give it 4.5 stars. Um, I loved it. I genuinely like so much of it I thought was done just in such a really beautiful way. There were two things that I wasn't the one thing just didn't really do it for me. I thought it was kind of pointless, and the other thing I just blatantly did not like what they did. Um, so touching on those first, um, the guy that plays Adam, who in general I really um, like as an
Mm-hmm.
actor, you know, I've seen him in God, I don't even know so many other things. Um,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
Adam Warlock, right?
yeah,
So
like I'm trying to think of the other things that I've seen him in.
I know him from Midsummer, so
Yeah, and he's in the Maze Runner. But oh my gosh, there was a movie he did with uh Jason. Um,
we're the Millers.
we're the Millers. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Literally every time that the Don't Go Chase Some Waterfalls comes on, he is all that I think about from We're the Millers. And
Hmm.
if no one knows what I'm talking about when I say that, please just go in YouTube, We're the Millers Waterfalls. It's amazing.
Hmm.
Anyway, it makes me so happy. Anyway, I really like him as an actor. Like I think he's really, really good. I didn't really understand I feel like his role was supposed to be something that it just didn't end up being. I don't know if they cut a bunch of it out, which is entirely possible. Or if something changed as they were writing this one and the original intention of Adam changed from because they made it seem like he was going to be the big bad in this next one
Hmm.
from like the end credit scene when they introduced Adam, whatever, in the last whichever movie the end credit scene was for that. Um, and spoiler alert, but he wasn't. Like I mean, he set the chain of events off. I get it. Like he is the reason that the movie happens. Um, but like other than that, he showed up a few times. He had some funny lines. Like his character just didn't do enough for me. Like it felt like there was supposed to be more there than what they actually gave him, or uh, you know, maybe they just left a bunch of it on the cutting room floor. And that was a disappointment to me. And then the other piece that I'm furious with them about is the fact that Quill and Gamora did not end up together. And I get it. I get why they did what they did. I get, and honestly, even more than that, I should say, I hate that they had all the characters like dispersed the way that they did. Where at the
Yeah.
end they're like, well, that's been fun. I'm gonna go live my life now. Like, what? What is it? I can't imagine doing that to any of my friends. Like, are you kidding me? Where I'm just like, well, it's been a fun like 10 years, but I'm gonna go now and just walk away. Like that's I don't understand. Um and so I don't like that. It felt very unrealistic, very not like the characters. Like it didn't seem true to the
Mhm.
characters. And then yeah, the Quill and Gamora thing, I like it. I mean, it kind of worked for what they were trying to do, but I think that it was the wrong move. It just felt uncomfortable, um, and awkward, and like it's like this doesn't feel true to the characters to this world. So no. Um, so I had a lot of issue with that. So that is why it does not get 5 full stars. Flipping on that though, I will say that the fact that they really focused on Rocket, on his whole story, his backstory,
Mm-hmm.
I thought was really beautiful. Um, really getting to see and understand why he is who he is, the way he is, like his behaviors, his sensitivities, his triggers, all of those things, and just see what he's been put through and what he's seen, what happened to his friends and all of that. And I just nonstop spoilers, but like the fact that he almost died, I almost started crying. I was like, what is happening? Although this was weird. I'll say so many people, I saw like people talk about it on Facebook, people on Twitter say like, oh, they cried so many times. They were inconsolable at the end of the movie. Like one person was talking about how they couldn't leave until like 5 minutes after the end credits because they were so inconsolable. I was like, but like really though?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I get it. It's sad. The whole
Mm-hmm.
movie's sad, but really? Like it just seemed weird to me. So that might also be part of it for me is I had this expectation that it was going to be the most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen, and it wasn't. Uh, it was very sad, but in a beautiful way. So I give 4.5 stars. What about you?
Yes. Definitely very sad, like you said, but that comes with the territory of animal cruelty and experimentation. So obviously that was a theme. Um, yeah, and then about Rocket's past. Yeah, and I feel like Adam Warlock is more of a kind of a character to spice this one up a bit because I felt like the villain. I mean, I get why because
Mm-hmm.
there's a history here, but I was also kind of like, not
Yeah.
really the villain. That this isn't like a, I don't know. They've had some. I think Volume 2 is also was similar. They didn't really have a large villain per se, but you don't have like a Thanos, even though like characters are connected to Thanos, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the daughters, and it's just kind of, I don't know. It felt like this is part of the phase 2 of Marvel. I call it because like the old world would be like Iron Man, Captain America, all the
Mm-hmm.
Avengers basically, and then Guardians of the Galaxy because they kind of came later towards the end of that phase,
Mm-hmm.
and then now we're into this new kind of era, which is kind of murky a bit to me, at least.
Yeah, you're not a huge fan, are you?
Well, I am a huge fan of some of the characters, but they haven't really fully introduced them, like Blade and now Adam Warlock, and they've kind of gone into the new Marvel era because I'm kind of old Marvel era, like X-Men, Avengers, things like that,
Mm-hmm.
versus like this new age Eternals, and it's like these weren't really the comic books I focused on, so or
Yeah.
characters, I suppose. Um, so it's interesting seeing what they are, but it's just kind of like, they're I don't know. It just doesn't ring true to my
Hmm.
Marvel history, I suppose. If they're
Yeah.
not on Marvel masterpieces, I probably didn't pay attention to them. If anyone knows what those are, you know what I mean. So, do you know what I mean?
I don't. See?
Marvel masterpieces?
I told
Do
you
you know
I'm like
those?
I'm an MCU nerd. I am not like a
Ah, okay.
the
There it is.
comic nerd overall. So it's
Gotcha.
very the the lovers of the actual comics hate people like me, and I'm okay with that. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fine. That's totally fine.
it's fine.
It is its own canon, as it
Yeah,
should be. I mean, there are wider strokes that are similar, of course,
yeah.
like Infinity War, etc. So, um,
Which is the one to beat. That's another thing. I saw a few people say that this was the best Marvel movie since Infinity War, and that it was close to Infinity War. And I would like to meet all of those
oh,
people and smack them upside the head. How dare you? How dare you?
yeah.
It's
There's
so
a big
rude.
difference between 5 and 4.5 stars, right, Rehana?
Okay, first of all, Infinity War is like a 10, so don't even start. On a 5-star scale, it is a 10.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
So,
Infinity War is
no.
the perfect movie.
Okay, so that's a 5 out of 5 for you.
Yeah.
But this is 4.5. So is it really 4.5 stars? That's my questioning. Your rating system is a little different.
I think that you just don't understand how much fits in between 4.5 and 5. Um,
A snap.
a s- oh, okay. So maybe stars is the bad way or not the right way to go about this. Maybe on like a scale from 1 to 10, Infinity War is a 10. I'll say Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is oh no, I have to expand. And now you're making me question it, trying to think about okay, so we've got like Shang-Chi, we have
Mm-hmm.
um
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Oh, so good. Uh Spider-Man,
Oh, yeah.
No Way Home. We've got the Eternals. We're gonna
Black
love the
Widow, you
Eternals.
mentioned.
Black Widow. Okay, so I will say Guardians 3 is a 7.
Okay, solid 7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think Eternals, honestly, for me, is probably an 8.5.
Oh,
Shang-Chi
really?
is
Okay.
a
Yeah.
9.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's I mean, there are definitely a lot of films in between Guardians 3 and this, but it certainly wasn't bad. I also, again, I think there's like 3 movies I would put under a 5 that are MCU. Um, and I mean, Infinity War's the tops.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you had to pick like your favorite MCU movie, which one would it be?
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's like the combination of Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
Just because it is basically one movie, just,
Hmm.
long movie. 7
100%.
hours. No.
I would totally do it. Like, please just give me all of it.
The final season of Avengers.
Right? Exactly. Oh my gosh. Um,
um,
I would agree with you with that. It's one movie. We'll put that as one.
I really love the first Doctor Strange a lot. I have to watch it again just because I'm forgetting so much right now in my
Hmm.
older age. No.
Right?
Just consuming so much content. I think that's the other thing
Yeah.
too. Just
Hmm.
there's so much to watch, but
All the
maybe
time.
not for long with writer strikes. So,
Yeah. Um,
so
have you
yeah,
seen?
it's a rave for you, right?
Oh, it's a rave. I mean, the moment that I come on here and don't rave about an MCU movie, I think that you should take me to the doctor. But yes, it is an absolute rave.
All right.
All of the stars
Guardians
and
of the
points.
Galaxy Volume 3, Rohana
Woo!
recommends. See, all these R words, right?
Right? I love it. But we're not just here to talk Marvel movies.
Mm,
I would like,
yes.
Alan, what's your take today?
Uh, my take is about physical media. Um,
Mhm.
Rehana, so when it comes to Marvel, do you purchase the physical media for these movies? What's your goal there?
Um, we purchased the physical media of everything. And I'm not
Oh yeah.
joking. We actually just condensed when we moved into our new place.
Uh-oh.
Um, and so we took every movie. I shouldn't even say every movie. We have our favorites that are
Uh-huh.
still on a thing. We have all of our steel books that are still out and on a
Ooh.
stand. We have some TV shows that are still out and on a stand. And then we have, it's probably like close to 13, 1400 um, Blu-ray 4Ks in like those giant CD cases now
Like wall
on shelves.
shelves? Oh, okay, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, because we didn't have we had them out just like in the actual like cases.
Hmm.
Um, and it was taking up an entire wall of the apartment. And so
Nice.
and so we were like, this is taking too much room. So we got those really big CD case pack things where you just slide them in. Um,
Hmm.
like back in the 90s with your Discman and you'd have like your
But
little
those are for
CD
CDs, you
case.
say for Blu-rays?
You can
Or I
put,
mean
yeah,
4Ks?
you can put those in there. They're the same size.
In the shelf? Or like you said, a case? Like it's a...
Not like an actual like CD case or like a movie case, but like those big like you open it up and you've got just sleeves of movies or sleeves of like
Yeah.
there's the little pockets and so like
Yeah.
it holds like 400 or 500
Right.
per like booklet or whatever, and so that's what we have now, and so
But
we
where are the
alphabetize them
cases
and
then?
we got rid of them, threw them away.
You got rid
Uh,
of them? That
well,
has all the artwork and everything
we
on
got
it.
rid of a lot of them, and then we also because so many of them are like it's a 4K with a Blu-ray and a DVD, or it's a Blu-ray and a DVD, so we gave those away to our families because they were the ones that buy movies, they don't. Um, and so that
Right,
way we're
right.
like, have movies, watch them.
Mm.
And so we still have all of them, but it's condensed so it's in one like shelving unit
Oh,
versus
I
having an
see.
entire wall
So
of
you have
movies.
like these binders of like discs
Yes. Yeah.
filled with discs.
Yep.
Okay.
And just alphabetized so we can find them.
Alphabetized.
And
Okay.
it's and then we continue to buy. That's my favorite part of Black Friday. So we'll go to Best Buy and Target and we just buy all the movies from the
Okay.
past couple years for $5 and
Yep. Yeah, I think the reason because we're from the era of home video when it started with
mhm.
VHS and where you could own the movie.
Oh yeah.
And like digital today, it's like you can't count on it to be licensed through a provider. Like
Hmm.
one day you go to see, oh yeah, I had this movie, it's gone. Where'd it go? Oh, we don't have the license for that anymore, so it's just
Yeah.
gone. You paid full price for it, but
Hmm.
there goes your money. We got your money.
Yeah.
And
You
you
can't
don't have a
trust it.
movie or a show or, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
I will say, I think Apple, well, TV now, I guess, or whatever it is, does a pretty good job of keeping licenses so far.
Hmm.
I've had The Office forever, and it's still there. So it's like since it first came out, really.
Nice. Yeah.
Um, but I think The Office is a staple, so I don't think it's going anywhere. So
No, I can't
yeah,
imagine so. Not at this point.
yeah. So if you
Um,
have big shows like that for purchase on digital media, you should be
right.
okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you have a lot of physical media though?
yeah, unlike you, I do keep the cases. I don't want to like if you decide you want to sell them, maybe you have the option to sell it in,
Hmm.
people don't want just discs.
Yeah.
They want the packaging,
Hmm.
the artwork. That's what I like about it.
Hmm.
And like you said, steel books, right? The reason they're expensive is because you
Yes.
get that steel book,
Oh yeah.
art and everything.
Yeah.
Um,
Those you do not get rid of. Those are fancy. They're beautiful.
Same with like Criterion Collection. That's like
Hmm.
they keep their value so much. It's just like
Yeah.
even at half price books, it's like maybe a $10 deficit compared to $30. It's still $20 for each Blu-ray.
Hmm.
So it's like they do not lose value. So for
Yeah.
Criterion at least. And some they don't make anymore. Like I think it was Spice World I found out is only on DVD you can get. It
What?
is not a Blu-ray. It is I don't know how you would find it. I don't think it's on like subscription VOD, SVOD or anything. So you'd have to rent or purchase it somehow to actually watch it.
Well,
So I
now
don't
I
know.
want to go and watch Spice World.
Yeah, it's
Damn
just
it.
I wanted the thrill of the hunt, right? It's
Right?
like where's my movie? Where I
Oh
when
my.
I want it, if I want to see it, you know?
Yes. Oh, I haven't
It's
seen
like
that
Beanie
movie since
Babies all
it
over
came
again. No.
out. Right? No kidding. Oh my gosh. Another movie that you can't get on Blu-ray is Dragonheart. Fun fact. The first one.
Oh,
Mhm.
interesting.
And I only know that because that is one of my favorite movies from growing up. And I had it on VHS and I refused to get rid of it. And then Jer found it on DVD, bought it for me so that we would get rid of the VHS.
I've gone pretty far with Stranger Things to try to
Mm.
find, where is this available? And it was
Oh yeah.
like there's like well we'll see. I did purchase a Chinese version of the Blu-ray, so or I'm not sure what it is. It's not it's like region free, so I should be able to watch it for all
Huh.
4 seasons currently, but I don't know if it's real or what. We'll see. So
Wait, do we not have it on Blu-ray here?
no,
Really?
I purchased the DVD of season 3 that I had to send back because it skipped part of a scene,
Hmm.
and it was just like, why is this only on DVD? It's like that's like
That's so odd.
I wonder about that a lot. Same with Euphoria. Like, why would they release that? HBO is notorious for releasing things on physical media,
Yeah.
but then suddenly it's like Euphoria is only on DVD when it was shot in like 8K, and it's like we're in 4K territory now.
Right.
It's like, come on, guys.
I did
It's
not know that. That's fascinating and
yeah.
very frustrating.
I think it's because of streaming though. Like you could just
Oh.
stream it, and people aren't
Until you can't.
right. Like Westworld.
Like Westwood. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's not on Max anymore. So it was an HBO show, but HBO doesn't have it. What do you know? So yeah, it's a great plan they had. I don't know what's going on there. I think it is available in physical media though, so
Okay.
that may be a Nolan
Yeah.
thing. So
Oh my God, that's insane. I didn't realize that wasn't on there anymore. We never watched the last season.
oops.
Well, that's what I get.
Uh, yeah, there's a lot of weird things going on with Max there. I don't know what. I know they are behind
Yeah.
on bills or something. I don't know what's going on there, but
It's the dumbest thing. They're like, we're gonna take HBO Max and we're gonna take the one part that people really know and actually makes them want to like subscribe, and we're gonna take that away.
yeah,
Like, I don't care about Max, I care about HBO.
see they confused you, right? So it's like, wait a minute, no, it's still both. But
Yeah.
I think Cinemax when I hear Max, and then it's technically HBO and Cinemax and whatever else.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Warner Brothers content, but it's just so confusing because they wanted to. Some marketing genius apparently thought it was to get younger people. We've already maxed out it. Everyone who wants it has HBO. So let's go for the younger crowd who wants Max.
That's so dumb.
Maybe. Maybe that's it.
That's
I don't know.
so dumb. Oh my gosh. Whatever.
And how long did it take you to think of that? HBO
Right?
Max, how can we change this? Oh, I know.
Yeah. How much did that person get paid, and how do I get that job? Is
Yeah.
what I want to know.
And get paid 2 years for the transition of that. And yeah.
Seriously. Oh my gosh. People that drive me nuts. Like
But
James Gunn.
yeah.
Furious. Not even for the Guardians thing, for the DC stuff.
So will you buy like, do you own the current 2 Guardians on physical media?
Yeah, we own every single MCU movie on physical media, and any
Okay.
of them that we can get uh in Steelbook we have on Steelbook. And even those that we don't, we will not get rid of the actual cases. We have
Hmm.
those in their series on the shelf because it's my favorite. Like any series like that we have out,
Hmm.
and yeah, because they're beautiful and they make me happy. They're the
Yeah.
favorites.
I think the reason I keep them in cases is like there aren't any blockbusters or
Mhm.
Hollywood videos or
Yeah.
so you can't just go browse and I guess there are
Mhm.
libraries. They have movies, that
They
are,
do have
you know,
movies in cases.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you pay taxes for that, so,
That's
go
so
use your
funny.
library
Yeah.
if you want a blockbuster experience.
Right?
Your local library. Hopefully they
Yeah.
have something or
I mean, they
enough
probably have a ton. Yeah.
stuff that you haven't seen maybe.
Hmm.
Or
I agree.
discover something new. That's the joy of, that type of
Right.
thing.
Hmm. Yeah, it's like when you're scrolling on Netflix or something trying to find something to watch,
Hmm.
except it's not
Except,
never ending, so you actually find something and then proceed to watching it. Whereas on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon, you just scroll and look at things forever, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh shit, it's 2 a.m. I can't watch anything anymore. I have to go to sleep." And you
yeah.
never watch a show.
Well, also, there are like Netflix, especially, and I think like Hulu or something, the things that have so much content have algorithms. They decide what you
Oh
get to
yeah.
see. Because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
my friend has a different queue, and they're like, "Did you see this?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not getting
Yeah.
that at all." Like
Yeah.
a Korean drama or something. It's like, no, I don't see that.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix has decided I get these films because I
Yeah.
liked or loved or didn't like something,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's
and
really
that's how it
interesting.
determines what you get to see in your feed. So,
Yeah. It's really interesting because there will be things like I'll watch more on my own. So there are a lot more like there's the Bridgertons and the Outlanders and like that kind of stuff. And so it'll say because you've watched blank, here are your recommendations. But then,
mhm.
and I don't like thumbs up or thumbs down anything, but Jared does on everything.
Ah,
So then I'll be like, but because you liked this, here are all and our list that it recommends are completely different,
yeah.
but we're on the same account. I just don't like
Oh,
rate
interesting.
mine.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
yeah. So, and because I watch more, it's like anything that it goes off of algorithm wise, like saying you watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Yeah. And then I guess there's kind of a rating system when it comes to physical media. Like, is it worth a DVD? Is it worth a Blu-ray purchase? Is it worth a
Oh,
4K purchase? You have levels of which,
oh, for sure.
if it's $3 on a DVD, I'll take it. It's like, it's
Yeah.
not my favorite, but I'll watch it occasionally, maybe,
Right. Yeah. That's the Black Friday thing is do we want to wait until Black Friday to get it for $5? Or do we just want to, or is it like worth spending like the $35 for it immediately when it first came out? Or do we want to still, is it worth $20 so you wait a couple months, but you don't have to wait all the way to November
Yeah. And
kind of a thing? So,
I totally forgot that Stranger Things season 1 and 2, when they came out in physical media at Target, they had the 4K versions of the series, and I'm like, why would I want that? But then now I'm like, I want that.
yeah. And you can't get it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just like, why aren't you making more of these, Target? What happened?
Yeah.
Like you
Mm-hmm.
decided not to go with physical media? Hope they're
Yeah.
listening.
I mean, they should be. I don't know why
Yeah.
they wouldn't.
Yeah. It's just
Come on,
marketing.
Target, get your crap together. But yeah, I feel like physical media is the best. And like you play video games, like Jared
Hmm.
buys physical media for games too. Like
Yeah.
there's somewhere, you obviously download it or whatever, but like there's something about having the actual disc itself
Hmm.
that he really prefers as well. Are you the same way when it comes to games, or is it more just like film and shows?
No, yeah, I guess games just so you have it, I
Hmm.
suppose. I don't know. Now with the way you kind of have console loyalty now, I guess that's true about the disc. You still can only play it on that system too.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it doesn't really matter how you buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, now they take up space. Like PlayStation 3 and like Xbox, I think 1 or whatever it was,
Mm-hmm.
were the last ones that, or 360, I suppose, were the last ones that like you didn't have to download the game. The disc had everything you needed on it, and you could just go with the
Mm-hmm.
disc.
Yeah.
It would cause a longer load times though, I suppose, but
Mm.
it was, I don't know, more efficient because nowadays the way they release games, they have so many bugs to them. You have to keep updating and re-downloading things, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
annoying, regardless
Yeah.
of how you buy it. So.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
But yeah, physical media.
Physical media.
And that's the other thing with Alejandro, who we had on the show, and
Yep.
Josh Stifter,
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa and Tristan with Sins of the Father. They all have physical media releases for their films. And I'm
Yeah.
like, for indie films, that's huge because you don't really get those copies elsewhere. And let's say a deal does go away and it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Like, where else are you going to find that film? So I
Right.
think if you can get a physical media deal out of something, do it. And if you like someone's film, buy it, you know.
Yes. That's the best kind of support right
And you
there.
have it forever. Like I bought American Beast long ago, which was from Taylor, who we had way back. So yeah, being able to keep it and have it for your, in your library or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can just pop it in whenever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what about Bob has been missing in my collection for
You know what else is missing?
4 years? I replaced that with a 4K. I'm up to
did
date
you?
there, yeah. You get to
You're
keep
still
ET
getting
now.
it back. Nope. I want nothing to do with it.
Well, Jerry
That's
gets it.
probably why I still have it, is because I just every time I glance at it, I'm just like, oh, it's ET. Ah, scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have them. Yep.
That's the other problem with physical media, getting them back, really.
This is why you don't share your stuff with people. To be fair,
well,
I did not want to
it's
watch
not
ET.
completely missing, but what about Bob was missing? I was like, I want to watch this. Oh, it's not here.
I wonder where it is.
Yeah.
It's at Rehana's house, sitting on her dresser under the TV.
I have a little app that has like who I checked it out to, though, so it's in there.
Neither of us will ever forget that I have those movies. I will be getting them back to you someday.
Great.
I have them separated out. Yep, they're right there. But and I mean, maybe I'll buy you a special movie that goes along with it. So then when I send them to you, you'll be like, oh my gosh, extra movie.
Yeah, I get Spice World.
If I can't find a good movie, you're gonna get Spice World. Way to ruin the surprise, Alan.
Oh,
jeez. Well, now you're just gonna have to wait another year, so that way you don't remember anymore. Oh, spice up your life. Yeah. Well, I think that's what we got for you guys today. Some fun chat about, again, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Go see it. And physical media. Purchase it. Enjoy it. Keep hold of it. Don't give it to your friends. Don't borrow it. And get it while you can. And support other, filmmakers by buying their physical media.
Yeah. Harder and harder to find physical media for some things. So
it's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's why we're never getting rid of our library. Because eventually, someday, streaming is not going to be a thing because there's going to be too many, and everyone's going to be like, "Hey, it's $5,000."
It's basically cable now.
It is.
I mean, commercials. It's like, guys, just buy cable.
Exactly. And so at this point, now we have everything. So even if all of the streaming were gone, we could still watch stuff.
Right.
So highly recommend doing it. But until next time, thanks for listening in. This has been Film in Minnesota.